So, Somna, the question is this. Should Nigerians go ahead with presidential candidates that cannot submit and tell us their primary school?
Well, can he prove? Because what are the question mark? The question mark on his identity. Question marks on qualification.
What
question mark
identity are you talking about, Sheun? If he's asking of identity, can he tell us who Atiku's father is? Do you know Atiku's uncle? Have you ever seen Atiku's brother? Do we ask those questions?
Because Atiku Abubakar didn't submit he didn't tell us his primary school too. He said he earned first school living certificate, he didn't submit his primary school and the secondary school that he went to.
But the presidential candidate of the APC, the All Progressive Congress, did not go to primary school.
No secondary school.
He did not go to secondary school. He only presented one paper from Chicago State University, which was different from the paper he presented in 1999, which was University of Chicago.
Nothing is very simple on this issue. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, come and tell Nigerians which primary school did you attend? Which secondary school did you attend? Even in 2022.
Now he has downgraded it to Chicago State University. You get my point.
They are taking advantage of the system. As for President Tinubu that you talked about, don't forget.
If you can speak good English and you win the satisfaction of INEC. And
or whatever INEC decides.
Yeah. So should Nigeria not even know the beginning of these people? And as regards President
Hello guys, welcome back to Shakafin. You guys know what? If you are a well-meaning Nigerians or you are obedient, please make una come gather here. Because what you are about to watch now is so very much explosive that now the table has now turned against Atiku. John go down mature. And it seems that the same rope where it tied Tinubu, now that same rope also tied Atiku. It seems that the way Tinubu family are all dwell in secret, the same thing has also happened to Atiku. Now, in this interview that was conducted between ADC and APC, how explosive it is, they are now being disgracing themselves. I want us to watch that video. But before we do that, guys, please, if you are new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button, click on the bell icon so that whenever I drop any latest update, you will be notified. Thank you very much.
Issue. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, come and tell Nigerians which primary school did you attend? Which secondary school did you attend? Even in 2022, the INEC document is submitted. He even claimed he even had an NYSC certificate, and his name on that NYSC certificate is Bola Adekunle Tinubu. So where did he get Adekunle from? Because he claimed that he graduated from.
What do you suspect? What's your submission tonight?
All forgery. All forgery.
Suspect. Let me allow you.
All forgery.
Just a moment, sir. Mr. How
he has not even gone to the university.
Well,
tell me, hold on, Show, let me die. Tell me what Jonathan's PhD has done to Nigeria. Tell me how Obi's BSc has helped improve his communication skills. Tell me what it has done to Atiku to help him navigate and concede and know the time to contest and know the time to concede for the best person of the time. These guys are greedy guys. They don't have anything. They don't have any substance to hold this man. We are 3 to 4 years in government, and Asiwaju has done a lot. Let's talk about policies, my brother. Let's talk about what this man has done in his last 4 years.
Let's talk about merit. Does the president deserve to be on the ballot? That's the fundamental issue here. That he has all of these abilities, but can he prove? Because what are the question mark? The question mark on his identity. Question marks on qualification.
What
question
identity
mark education.
are you talking about, Sheun? If he's asking of identity, can he tell us who Atiku's father is? Do you know Atiku's uncle? Have you ever seen Atiku's brother? Do we ask those questions? What is he talking about?
What's wrong with Atiku's uncle?
You should ask him. Does he know Atiku's father?
Ask me.
Do you know his uncle?
Let me answer.
Who are they?
Who is his father? Where is his father?
Why we are here?
Yes.
Why we are here is because we run a constitutional democracy where the law guides all our activities. The constitution, which is supreme in this country.
You are saying he has added Adekunle. You are saying he has added Adekunle now, and you are saying because you don't believe in him as a person.
Please allow me to answer the question. Yeah. We are saying the constitution says you must have at least 2 stars.
Or
equivalent. Yes.
What is its equivalent?
I'm coming. I will answer you.
Yes.
I will answer you.
With an evidence that...
Yes. Then the Constitution says...
But is it not enough evidence?
Please allow me.
Is it not enough evidence? Hold on, Washewu. Is it not enough evidence that someone that was a senator, one-time senator, and a governor of a state that has become a country of its own, he made that state became a country of its own, build a structure of democracy that every 2 years you have a local government elections where there is none in this country. I don't see any state in the last 10, 15 years that conducts itself democratically to go for an election of local government every 2 years. Like the way of it. You want to ask me a question that such a person, you have a doubt that he has the ability to read and write.
Did you go to primary school?
Yes, I did.
Which primary school is this?
West Coast Primary School, Kano.
Do you have the certificate?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so that's what we're talking about here.
I want us to first pause here. The video still continue. I want us to first pause here. But let's talk about this Atiku family. You see, when they ask Kalu, Asa asked Kalu, if you are talking about the identity of Tinubu, where is the family of Atiku? Where is the brother? Do you know the brother and the sister and the mother and the father of Atiku? Kalu could not answer the question. He said that we are not here because of that. Also, I love the way Asa, the APC supporter, dig his own grave by his hand, whereby Shehu was asking him, do you go to primary school? He said yes. Do you attend, what is the name of the primary school? He gave the name of the primary school. And Shehu told him, this is what we are talking about. But we'll continue before we continue the video. I know, so also not to fall a victim of what just happened to Kalu. If you look beside me, the man you see here is Fabian Obi, the elder brother of Peter Obi. He's a reverend father. The other one is the sister, the elder sister of Peter Obi. She also is also a reverend sister. So, in case somebody asks me tomorrow, do you know anybody or do you know the family of Peter Obi, your principal? This is the family for now. This is some of the family for now. So now, let's continue with the rest of the video because there's still a lot to watch.
Okay, let me tell you something. The certificate of my primary. Hold on. The certificate of my primary. Hold on. Hold on now. My primary certificate, my secondary certificate, my university certificate hadn't helped me in what I'm doing today.
That is not the issue.
It is the issue.
Not the issue.
We're talking about evidence.
It doesn't give capacity. Hold on, it doesn't reach out capacity to deliver on a job given to you.
It's a moral and emotional matter.
It's not in the document.
We're not talking about capacity. As
prescribed. We employ an entrepreneur. I employ people that are best of me. I employ people that are first-class graduates. And I have to teach them the job. When you came out from school, you read arts and visual arts. When you came here, were you not taught how to do this? It's your passion. You do that. There are a lot of people in this place that did not read mass comm, but they are very good journalists.
But I showed evidence.
Very good anchors.
I showed evidence that I finished from school. So it's a basic minimum for you to get into this organization.
He has shown evidence that he had a BSc in Chicago State University. They don't have the proof that Chicago State University.
Where is the primary school certificate? Where is the secondary school?
Boy, this constitution says shows one. You can show one. Some people show primary school. Some people show secondary school.
Mr. Kalu, is that enough?
There are people that are stand in this country. Mr. Kalu, there are people that are stand in this country. They are standing because they've not been to primary school.
Assign time to us so that I can respond.
Go ahead. I'm asking, is it enough? You are the lawyer.
It's not enough.
You have seen a man that has delivered to Nigerians. You have seen a man that has delivered to Nigeria dividend of democracy.
Allow me to talk.
I gave you almost 10 minutes. No. Program. I allowed him to say all he wanted to say and show you want to go back to him. I haven't finished. I gave him time to finish. Let me also learn. Because they don't have anything in hand to campaign Ashwaju.
Alwan, hold on. There's a fundamental question here.
The fundamental question here
is a BSc Chicago State University sufficient?
It's not. The question is,
just imagine.
Hold on.
You read the Constitution that it is a school sat. It's Chicago State University BSc certificate.
So call him to order.
Just remember.
Sorry, call him to order.
Go ahead and land on that thought.
The issue here is, has Tinubu or did Tinubu at any time present a forged certificate to INEC? That is the issue.
And what can we have your evidence that he did? Show us now.
Show everybody in Nigeria.
Is there an evidence that Tinubu
very
forged?
well?
Where is it? Show us in your phone.
Please allow me.
Okay.
It's everywhere.
What is everywhere now?
Tinubu in 1999 presented to INEC that he attended St. Paul's Primary School. The evidence is there for Nigerians. So,
has he submitted it now?
Hold on. The question is, you are disqualified if you have submitted.
Let's see the evidence now.
You're submitting that he perjured himself.
Not perjury. That one is an issue. That one is a different issue altogether.
Okay.
The issue is the
Constitution said all these
the
things
Constitution
now.
says the Constitution says you are not qualified. Section 1371J that a person is not qualified to run for office of president if he has submitted forged certificates to INEC. The question now is, Tinubu in 1999, Tinubu in 2003, Tinubu in 2003 submitted forged certificates to INEC. What are the forged certificates? One, Tinubu deposed on oath that he attended one St. Paul's Primary School, which is false. Two, Tinubu submitted to INEC that he attended government college in Ibadan, which is false.
He has said it again now.
Three,
you understand? You're saying
please
it.
Allow me.
Allow you what now? You've said it before.
Tinubu submitted NYSC certificates to INEC that his name is Adekunle in 2003 and 2023. The question is, are these documents forged? If these documents are forged, are
you asking a question or you went to court to verify?
It's not.
Just a moment. Before I
have a judgment of the court, bring it out now.
Mr. Kalu.
The Constitution says that this Constitution is supreme and is binding on all authorities.
Mr.
And if the Constitution says...
And the Constitution has it that Asiwaju lied.
Just a moment.
The documents are there.
Gentlemen.
In the Constitution.
Gentlemen.
Let people come out and tell Nigerians the primary school he attended and secondary school he attended.
I've told you,
Mr. Kalu, just a moment. Let me ask you. Just before I come to you.
Let's talk about issues.
Mr. Kalu. Gentlemen, please. This is supposed to be a conversation, civil
conversation. And I've told you, I'm telling you that it has not helped me in my business.
Just a moment.
It doesn't give capacity now.
Just gentlemen. Hello, Mr. Kalu. Mr. Kalu.
Are we running a banana republic?
Mr. Kalu.
The Constitution is very clear. If you have forged,
so bring evidence and go to court now.
What evidence are we talking about?
So go to court and say the Constitution
has already said if you forge, you're not qualified. It is for INEC to make sure that
so right to INEC now.
Gentlemen, let's have a civil conversation. Let's have a civil conversation. As a lawyer, let me ask you, as a lawyer, and he asked a question, and I'm coming to you just in a moment. He said, who are Atiku's relatives? You not answer those questions.
You mean Atiku's relatives? These are not relevant issues here.
So, but you said he added Adekunle now.
Just a moment.
You went personal.
Hold on. Let's have a civil conversation. Can INEC disqualify Bola Tinubu based on the facts that you have presented?
Sure, INEC can.
All right, that's the point. Your final thought tonight.
Asiwaju couldn't have ever lied with a foreign certificate as a BSc. If the Chicago University he claims to be forged is forged, can we have the evidence? Can they write to the university to now give them in writing that this certificate that Tinubu is presenting to Nigerians is forged? They've done it before, and if you remember, Omokiri went and wrote, and the school said it's genuine.
Did he say so?
Gentlemen.
Yes, the school said.
Gentlemen.
The school said this certificate we have here was not issued by the school.
We are totally out of time.
Can we have the evidence?
And Mr. Alwan Hassan, thank you so much, gentlemen.
This certificate was not issued
that's our show for today, everyone. Many thanks for
watching. So can we have the evidence? Let me see it.
God
bless you. Say you don't have it, but that is what the school said.
So he said that Tinubu does not need a certificate. He does not need a certificate because he can employ those who had a certificate, just like him. That he has the certificate he had, he hasn't worked with it. That the certificate has not helped him. And because of that, it is not important for Tinubu to even acquire any primary school certificate. if you understand what he's saying there, that means that if these are the people surrounding Tinubu, whispering to Tinubu what to do, just know that the reason we have a dilapidated educational system in Nigeria, these are the good example of it. Now, another thing I found so troublesome regarding Assam, he's so rude, and also the way he was interrupting Kalu. He could not even allow Kalu to land on his own thought. Every time he interjects as if he's a baby, throwing tantrum like Donald Trump. I don't even understand. A grown-up man cannot allow another man to finish what he's talking, distracting the Kalu from the chain of thought. That guy might be missing what he wanted to say. I know this is not new to me, because these are common traits of all APC and Tinubu apologists or bigots, whatever you may call them. Now, there's another video I want us to watch. That is from Somna Sambo, where he talks about Atiku certificate and Tinubu certificate, so that you know that the same rope that is drawing Atiku, it is also the same rope that is drawing Tinubu, or vice versa. So let's watch this video, then we'll be right back.
So, Somna, the question is this. Should Nigerians go ahead with presidential candidates that cannot submit and tell us their primary school? Because Atiku Abubakar didn't submit he didn't tell us his primary school too. He said the end first school leaving certificate, he didn't submit his primary school and the secondary school that he went to. So should Nigeria not even know the beginning of these people? And as regards President Tinubu's case, Somna, can you confirm to me that in the past he had actually submitted the primary school and the secondary school he went to, but it was after dispute ensued on those things that he did not submit them again? What's your import of that? Because, I mean, they've talked about Government College Ibadan, Home Science School, whatever, you know, St. John's, Aroloya, and all of that. So, and also, in terms of the places he worked, in the past, he had actually submitted Deloitte and Arthur Anderson, but this time around, it's just only Mobile put in there because of the fact that there were also discrepancies. So it's not only Tinubu. Atiku Abubakar too didn't tell us the schools he went to. So now, go ahead.
Thank you so much for that observation. And that's the challenge that we're having. You see, because it is not expressly stated what you must do, what is compulsory for you to do, they are taking advantage of the system. As for President Tinubu that you talked about, don't forget former senior lawyer Gani Fahimi had taken him to court, and then of course there were issues here and there. And at the height of it, who was the person that took the blame on President Tinubu? Then he was the governor of Lagos State. It was Senator Tokunbo Afikuyemi. And Senator Tokunbo Afikuyemi is still alive. You can go to find out whether Senator Tokunbo Afikuyemi submitted those details or not. Because Senator Afikuyemi later went to say that he was that the error was from his own side, that he was the one who submitted wrong documents on President Tinubu, Governor Tinubu, as then he was. And so he took the blame. And because of that, those things were swept away. That's why President Tinubu didn't use those certificates any longer. Atiku Abubakar did the same thing. So they are taking advantage of the system. It's not compulsory. It's not compulsory that, they must submit all of these issues, of all of these certificates. So I would just plead with Nigerians, let's rise above this. As long as there's no legal encumbrances to this, let's rise above this and face other issues that can actually make the country, to move ahead. As we're heading for the election, all right. August 19 is when the campaigns will start.
Again, yes.
What are the strengths of this government? You heard about the issues of the economy. Atiku is countering against it. Let's hear from Obi. Let's hear from Adebayo. What are the alternatives that they are going to have in terms of job creation? A lot of young Nigerians are young people.
Indeed.
What alternative policies would they be bringing that will be better than the Tinubu administration?
Thank you
Those
so
are
much,
the things that
Somna.
should drive the conversation, not all of this that we've left behind us.
Okay. All right. Somna, thank you very much for your time with us today.
Also, if you are talking about Atiku certificate, at the same time, you are talking about Atiku also certificate. I know there's this video that was trending, let's say last week or so, and I want us to watch it. And this is a video of Atiku Media Aid, where he laid some allegation that Atiku contacted him to go and buy him a certificate or enroll him in Polytechnic, how that was later not done, and Atiku went to a foreign country to acquire a certificate. So now, let's watch that interview, then we'll come back.
One day in 2020, there were rumors that the Senate wanted to amend the requirements for the office of president to raise the minimum qualification. And Atiku had felt that he was the target of that process. And so he had reached out to me frantically via email. In that email, he said that beyond the Senate, his children were also pressuring him, his family basically were pressuring him to run for office, and as such wanted him to acquire by any means necessary a higher certificate that would make him eligible to run for office. And so he wanted me to help him secure admission to any Nigerian polytechnic where he could purchase such a certificate without scrutiny. I secured admissions for him at Federal Polytechnic Ida and Durban Polytechnic in Abuja. He sent money and I paid his fees. But I had advised him that the scrutiny he wanted to avoid was not going to be possible because the ever-vigilant DSS were always around these schools investigating, and so there was no way he was going to avoid scrutiny. Acting on that advice, somehow he secured admission to Anglia Ruskin in the UK. I do not know how he did it, but he secured a master's degree from there. But he didn't go to school because he loves education. He went to school to fulfill his desperation of becoming president of Nigeria. In that email, he had mentioned the fact of his children forcing him, putting him under intense pressure to run for office again. I wondered why, but it didn't take too long for me to find out why. So Hawa is Atiku's daughter, one of his daughters, and she had told me herself that one of the reasons her brothers, especially Mo, whom she mentioned, would do anything for their father to become president was the fact that he knows that he must become a multi-billionaire should his father make it to that office. In her words, nothing will stop.
Two things is that he don't know how Atiku acquired the certificate. And if Atiku acquired the certificate, it's not because Atiku loved education, but Atiku did that because to fulfill all righteousness. And the same thing, he also loaded an allegation that Atiku is being pressured to contest in this forthcoming general election by his family. And his son, the senior son, Moel, I don't know what they call him, he's the one pressuring his father, Atiku, to contest. All because he wants to be a multi-billionaire. Just like the way Sheyi is already a multi-billionaire. And he wants to also occupy the first sump office. Nigeria. It is so wonderful to be in a country called Nigeria. So I want to also listen to Showore, where he advised Tinubu to go to adult school, and he also kind of laying some allegation of whether Atiku also has a certificate. Let's watch and see.
University of Lagos. Make I don't put time for Lagos State University for 2026.
Maybe you go for masters after.
If I have my masters. We have to go to a PhD. I go do like Obasanjo. I go to Open University of Nigeria with the teachers before they teach you for house. And it's not too late for the guy to go back to school. Yes. After one of his ministers went back and did NYC after he started you can still register in any of these online primary schools and secondary schools so that you feel out. He had the chance to have done that, to have gone back to school between 2023 and now. Tinubu should have gone back to school, maybe go register online for primary school and secondary school. So I go at them. There's nothing. At least after all, are they waiting? Are they like a draw for Osun State? You know. Exactly. There's adult education opportunity for him. Please tell him to go back to school so that if you feel that section, primary school, will not be known.
So I say we need to find some juju costume around this call. Major yes.
Yeah, we need to whether crop rap or no rap.
candidates. I know of one that submitted the name of a presidential candidate that will not participate. I know of two, but that's a conversation for another. But the presidential candidate of the APC, the All Progressive Congress, did not go to primary school.
No secondary school.
He did not go to secondary school. He only presented one paper from Chicago State University, which was different from the paper he presented in 1999, which was University of Chicago. Now he has downgraded it to Chicago State University. You get my point. And we're advising him, it's not too late to take advantage of adult education. Let him go back to primary school, secondary school, online. He had a minister in this country who, after she was appointed as a minister, went and did NYC. So there's no big deal. But in going back to school, he should go back to school and let serious people contest for the presidency. But on a serious note, we are asking Nigerians to understand the precariousness of their condition and situation. These guys have come to destroy your country. And we are the only ones standing between them and the final evisceration of Nigerian people.
Tinubu really needs adult education because it's really not too late. Is it really too late? Tinubu might be 95 now. No, they say it's 75. Anyway, before he finished 3 years, it don't old past to baby. Anyway, nobody wish death for Tinubu. Now, there's also another video of Deyemi Saka in this interview he did with Ruben Abati. And if you watch it, you might be wondering, where does Ruben Abati even stand? Sometimes he's talking against Tinubu, sometimes he's supporting Tinubu indirectly. I want us to watch this interview. Then we'll come back.
If you can speak good English and you bring the satisfaction of INEC. And,
or whatever INEC decides.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting because we're on this curve towards 2023 and after 2023 general elections where people were criticizing or questioning or scrutinizing the credentials of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Then he was a candidate. But I don't see the president, I don't see so much big deal about what the president has done. If, and for sake of education, if Nigerians would take their time to flip back in history...
No, I don't get that. You say you don't see any big deal about what the president has done. What is it that the president has done?
Just by, you know, uploading or submitting just his university credentials, certificates and what have you. And I took my time to study what was obtainable in the US in the 70s. And now I realize that in the 70s in the United States, you probably don't even necessarily need a secondary school certificate or A-levels to get into an institution. There are some that operate an open enrollment. Some have these mature student parts. Some has this what they call, is it QED test and what else. So we don't know the route, and the credential, the certificate has not been questioned, or probably has been questioned and has been ascertained to be real, not to be a fake. And I think as fulfilled the constitutional requirement, I think we should move on beyond that. There are better topics, there are better things to pick up the president on, or take him on towards the 2027 election, not the certificate thing. We've been through it, we've swam through these murky waters and we got to the other side of the river.
Well, maybe I'm a bit behind in terms of what the news is. Has anybody complained about President Tinubu's qualification, about what is in his from EC9?
I think the question
and what INEC published with regard to him.
I think the sentiment out there is why the university, and I think the university degree alone. Why not secondary school or primary school? And like you said, the constitutional provisions we just cited or we read out here did not say you must have, yes, it's ideal in our society to think for you to have university education, you must at least have a primary school education, you must at least complete a secondary education before getting to the university. But the constitution did not say you must have it in that sequence or you must provide it in that sequence. I have a friend of mine that was a speaker of Ogun State House of Assembly at some point. He had his OND, but he said he just decided to tender his SSE because he didn't want any crisis or any scandal, any trouble, and nobody can dispute that. So it's discretional. And as long as what he has exhibited is in line with the Constitution, I think we should just take him up on either his actions, activities as president, his administration, what they've done and what they've not done, rather than let's going through these controversies or conversations that's going to take us nowhere.
There's no big deal for not showing the result, for Tinubu not telling us the primary school he went to or the secondary school he went to. Just like Showore said, he said he went to, I don't know the name of the school again, but now everything changes. What is going on in Nigeria? Anyway, I will leave you guys here and I will be investigating this matter or will be following it. Any latest in development, I will definitely bring it to you guys. But before I go, guys, please, if you are new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button, click on the bell icon so that whenever I drop any latest update, you will be notified. And I'll also be waiting for you guys on the comment section below. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.